Do you struggle to explain when things around the house or tech items aren't working in English? This episode teaches you practical phrases to describe common malfunctions and glitches. You'll master expressions like acting up, keeps cutting out, or it wouldn't drain to confidently communicate problems and sound more natural. Tune in. In the upcoming samples, listen closely to how people naturally describe common household problems. Notice the specific words they use for issues like leaks, malfunctions, or connectivity troubles.
Pay attention to the verbs and expressions that clearly communicate the problem. We want to hear how they convey what's wrong, what it sounds like, or what it isn't doing. Let's jump into the practice samples.
Hey, can you take a look at the kitchen sink? The faucet is really acting up.
Oh no, what's going on with it now?
It's leaking pretty badly. It just keeps dripping, drip, 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 and I can't seem to get it to stop, even when it's completely shut off.
That's annoying. Is it just a slow drip, or is it more of a constant stream?
It's a constant drip, and it seems to be getting worse. There's a small puddle forming around the base, too. I think we need to call someone to fix it.
Yeah, sounds like it needs a new washer or something. I'll look into it.
The internet is so spotty again. I can barely get anything done.
Is it completely out, or just really slow?
It keeps cutting out like every few minutes. 1 minute it's working fine, and the next there's no signal. Then it comes back, and it's super slow for a bit, then cuts out again.
That's frustrating. Have you tried restarting the router?
Yeah, I've restarted it a couple of times, but it doesn't seem to make a difference. It just goes back to being unreliable after a few minutes.
Maybe there's an outage in the area, or something's wrong with the modem itself. We should probably call customer service.
Honey, did you hear the washing machine earlier? It was making a really weird noise.
I heard a bit of rattling, but I thought it was just the clothes spinning around.
No, it was more than that. It sounded like something was grinding, and it wouldn't drain properly either. The clothes were still soaking wet at the end of the cycle.
Oh, that's not good. So it's not draining, and it's making a grinding sound. That sounds like a bigger problem.
Exactly. I tried to run it again, but it just made the same grinding noise and wouldn't get rid of the water. I think it's broken.
All right, I'll take a look at it after work. Maybe something's jammed in the drain pump.
Those were some great examples of how to talk about things going wrong at home. In the first sample, the guest said, "The faucet is really acting up."
That's a super common phrasal verb, acting up. We use it for anything that isn't working as it should, whether it's a machine, a person, or even an animal. It just means it's behaving badly or malfunctioning.
And the host described the drip as constant and said, "It keeps dripping." Using keeps with an ing verb is a simple way to show something is happening repeatedly and often annoyingly. She also mentioned, "I can't seem to get it to stop."
Can't seem to is a natural way to express that you've tried something, but it didn't work. It shows effort without sounding like you're complaining too much. Then she described the symptom, a small puddle forming around the base.
Moving to the internet problem, the host used spotty to describe the connection. It means it's inconsistent, working sometimes and not others. And again, it keeps cutting out is another example of using keeps with an ing verb describing an ongoing interruption.
Exactly, and cutting out is perfect for when a connection or power suddenly stops. The host also said, "There's no signal," which is a direct and clear way to state the problem, and unreliable is a good word for something that doesn't work consistently.
Finally, with the washing machine, the host clearly stated it was making a really weird noise. Being specific about sounds is helpful. She said it sounded like something was grinding.
And then she got to the functional problem. It wouldn't drain properly either. Using wouldn't here effectively conveys that despite its purpose, the machine refused to perform the action. It implies a malfunction, not just a preference. She then concluded, I think it's broken.
The previous example with the washing machine highlighted that it wouldn't drain properly either. This phrasing clearly shows the machine failed at its intended function.
Using wouldn't indicates a stubborn refusal or inability from the device. It suggests a malfunction rather than simply not doing something. You could also say, the machine failed to drain.
And that led to the conclusion, I think it's broken. That's a very straightforward and unambiguous way to state a problem.
Exactly. Other ways to express that something has stopped working include, it's conked out, or it's totally dead. These are very common in everyday conversation.
These phrases are practical for quickly communicating issues with household items, whether it's a small nuisance or something more serious.
Mastering these helps you explain problems clearly and efficiently, whether you're talking to a family member or a repair person.
Let's see how some of these useful expressions translate into other parts of our daily lives, beyond just household repairs.
Take acting up. You can use it about a person, like, my knee's acting up again, it aches after running. Or even, the new software update is acting up, it keeps crashing.
And the keeps doing something pattern. For instance, my phone keeps losing its signal when I'm in the elevator. Or, that toddler keeps running around. I can't keep up with him.
Absolutely, or the phrase can't seem to. You might say, I can't seem to find my car keys anywhere this morning. Or, she just can't seem to understand the new project guidelines.
Spotty or unreliable can describe more than just internet. Think about a friend's attendance. His attendance at our study group has been pretty spotty lately.
Or even your memory. My memory is so unreliable these days, I keep forgetting where I put things. It conveys inconsistency perfectly.
Finally, making a weird noise isn't just for appliances. You could say, my car engine started making a strange knocking sound on the way to work today. Or, my stomach is making some really weird noises right now.
These versatile expressions demonstrate how natural American English often recycles common patterns to fit various situations, making communication smooth and adaptable.
Now, let's consider how to adjust your language slightly to sound either more relaxed or more polite, depending on who you're speaking to.
When you say it's broken, that's very direct. If you want to be a bit softer or less accusatory, you might say, it seems to be out of order.
So instead of a blunt, the printer's broken, you might opt for, the printer isn't working at the moment if you're talking to a colleague.
Precisely, or if you're unsure of the exact issue, rather than stating it as a fact, you can add a qualifier. I think the light switch might be faulty.
That's a good point. Saying, the coffee maker is making a funny sound is pretty relaxed, but a more polite way to report it might be, there appears to be an issue with the coffee maker's operation.
It's all about how much certainty you want to convey and the relationship you have with the person you're speaking to. For a repair person, direct might be best. For a casual chat, a softer approach can work well.
Consider saying, I'm having trouble with the refrigerator, rather than the fridge is completely messed up. Both get the message across, but one is less confrontational.
Right, choosing words like trouble, issue, or difficulty softens the impact, showing you're experiencing a problem rather than just declaring an item fully defective. It's a useful skill for navigating different social situations.
These small linguistic adjustments can really make a difference in how your message is received, whether you want to be casual with a friend or more considered with a service provider.
Absolutely, pay attention to those nuances, and you'll find your English sounds much more natural and appropriate in any context.
Understanding these slight shifts in tone is powerful. Now, let's switch gears for a rapid-fire challenge. I'll give you a common problematic scenario, and you give the quickest, most natural American English way to describe it.
Sounds like fun. I'm ready for the challenge.
First up, you turn on your desktop computer, and absolutely nothing appears on the screen, no power at all. What do you say?
I'd say my computer is totally dead, or it won't even power on.
Excellent. Next, you're trying to watch a streaming movie, but the picture keeps freezing and skipping, even though your internet usually works fine.
That's frustrating. You'd say, the streaming is really choppy, or my Wi-Fi is acting up again.
Perfect. Last one, you're trying to open a jar of pickles, but no matter how hard you twist, the lid just won't budge.
Oh, that happens. I'd say this lid is stuck tight, or it just won't open.
Fantastic responses. You've shown how seamlessly these problem-describing phrases fit into everyday exchanges.
It's all about choosing the right words to accurately convey the situation without overcomplicating things.
Indeed, as we wrap up this insightful discussion, let's do a quick recap of our top 3 high-value tips for describing problems in American English.
Absolutely. My first tip is to remember that using wouldn't highlights an item's failure to perform its designed action, like a car that simply wouldn't start.
My second recommendation is to embrace the flexibility of phrases like acting up or keeps running into issues, as they describe various inconsistencies, from a fidgety pet to a malfunctioning app.
And my third valuable piece of advice is to thoughtfully adapt your language. Use less direct expressions such as "it seems to be" or "I'm experiencing difficulty" to sound more considerate in different social contexts.
These are incredibly practical insights that can truly elevate your communication skills. Thank you for sharing such actionable advice.
My pleasure. Mastering these nuances helps you sound much more like a native speaker, no matter the situation.
And that wraps up another episode of Double Your Vocabulary. We hope you enjoyed exploring effective ways to describe problems in American English. If you found this helpful, please subscribe and hit the notification bell for more language lessons.
Keep practicing these expressions in your daily conversations, and you'll notice a significant improvement. Join us next time for more vocabulary building fun.